woke up this morning furious, livid, apoplectic, and other words about being angry I can't pronounce. Back in 1995, the best TV series ever made, Sliders, came out, and the first two seasons were perfection. The first two seasons weren't just the best two seasons of TV ever produced. They were the best things constructed by human hands ever. And then we had what we can call network interference. The dictionary definition of network interference. The network came in and they had a bunch of notes and they forced the showrunners to do it. And eventually Tracy Torme, I think it was, Tracy Torme. Mel Torme was his dad. I get the two conflated. But anyway, Tracy Torme left, and the other guy did whatever the network wanted him to do. And so season 3 was a mixed bag. Some episodes were good, some episodes were bad. Then Fox canceled it. Sci-Fi Channel picked it up. And they made a bunch of sweeping changes, replaced more of the actors and stuff like that. And just, it all went to shit. Season 5 was horrible. Season 4 was horrible. Half of season 3 was horrible. But, just completely went to shit. So it went from the best TV show ever made to mediocre to really bad. Like cartoonishly bad. All because of network interference. Like it wasn't the showrunners. Like, we've seen a bunch of times where showrunners just lose their damn minds, or the actors keep leaving, writers keep leaving, and it just becomes mediocre, becomes bad, or whatever. But like, never have I seen a show that was destroyed simply because of network interference. Hey, you should change this. Hey, you should change that. Let's get rid of this actor and bring in somebody new. They literally brought in an actor just because she had big tits. Like, she couldn't act. She could not act. At least 7 of 9 could act. I'm just saying. But, so before I get into what this has to do with One Piece, let me just say, if you do, obviously you love One Piece or you wouldn't be here watching me say this right now. If you've never seen the first 2 seasons of Sliders, came out in 95 and 96. I don't know where they're streaming right now, but if you've never seen it, you would really like it. You should go check it out. If you like One Piece, you would like that. You just need to know where to stop. The end of season 2 is a really good place to stop. Okay, so what this has to do with One Piece is it got me thinking, because I had not thought of this show in years. I woke up this morning, I was angry. That was just a couple minutes ago. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, right? And so I just woke up and I was mad. Because I was thinking about, oh my God, just... network interference, does that happen with anime? Does the network come in and say, no, we need this? Now, you could say filler episodes are network interference, because I assume the network's like, well, this is a question, okay? You say you need filler episodes because you have to reserve a time slot, and it has to air, let's say, 8:30 every Sunday night. Every Sunday night, you need an episode to air 52 weeks a year. 52 weeks a year, you need an episode airing 8 o'clock Sunday night. Or you lose the time slot and they fill it with something else and you can't get a time slot back. That's my understanding from fans that have told me that's why filler episodes exist. It's not like in American television where you have a season that airs, you have 24 episodes that air from September to May. And then they have reruns and stuff, and other stuff will be in that time slot. But then from May until the next September, something else is there because they're shooting a new season. And then come September, they get their time slot back. Apparently that doesn't happen in Japanese television with anime. Or at least it didn't back when these things were being made. So my understanding is that's why filler exists. So does that pressure come from the network? Or is it just simply a reality and so the showrunners are like, well, we have to fill the slot? Like, in other words, what I'm saying by the pressure is maybe the network would be cool with a couple weeks of not having it on, but, if it's more than 3 weeks, then they get mad and they replace you. Or is the network saying if we don't have an episode every single week in this time, we will immediately replace you. Like, if you miss 1 week, we will replace your ass. That's pressure coming from network. Pressure coming from the showrunners would be, we just want to keep the time slot and we don't know what will happen, so let's just do this. Let's just make this bullshit and make sure we have something every week. That's pressure coming from showrunners. I don't know. I don't know what the dynamic is. I don't know how hardcore the network is. But anyway, either way, that's not really what I'm talking about when I say pressure comes from network. What I'm talking about is the network says, we have Nami here on this crew, but we really need another woman. We need some woman who can't act with big tits. Let's get her on here, like they did with Sliders, because we only have one woman. That's network interference. Like the author, and since this is an adaptation, to be very clear what is network interference, because say Nico Robin didn't join the crew in the manga. Like maybe she just took one quick ride with them to some island somewhere and then she left. And the network's like, no, she's got big tits. Leave her on the crew. Make her a part of the crew. That's network interference. Does that happen in anime? I assume that I just don't know enough about the way Japanese television works. I don't know what the rating situation is, how large of a fan base you have to keep a show on the air. I don't have any that's not the world I walk in. A lot of the reason why I know what happened in American television, I only know that up until 2017, is I would go to the American film market every 2 years. And I would talk to the people who were making these decisions. Or I talk to the people who deal with the people who make these decisions. Sometimes I'd buy them a drink and bend their ear for 15 minutes. Sometimes it'd be in meetings when I'm pitching stuff. But I would get a lot of inside information. They'd also have seminars where they would talk and answer questions and stuff. So there's a lot of ways you could gather information at these things. But the one thing is, it was constantly changing. Like, the first time I went there in 2009, I think it would have been. No, it would. I went there too, but I think 2011 is the one I'm thinking of. In 2011, you could sell a movie if you had actors who had a large following on Twitter or Facebook what was the big ones back then? It was Twitter. I think it was Twitter, Facebook. Instagram wasn't big yet. But so it was Twitter and Facebook. If they had a large following on Twitter and Facebook, and they were in your movie, the studio would buy the movie. The distributor would buy the movie, and you make a lot of money. So one of the things I did is I went out and tried to find people who had large social media followings and get them in my movie. They didn't have to be a famous actor. They didn't have to be anybody you'd ever heard of. You just had to go to their Twitter account and see a large number under followers. That's all the distributors cared about. Then come, I guess it would have been 2015. That was no longer the case. They didn't care anymore because what had happened was they had bought a bunch of movies with people who had large social media followings, and it didn't move the needle. They didn't sell any more than they were sold before. So within a 4-year time span, it's like we don't care about. We're obsessed with their follower count to we don't care about their follower count. It didn't matter. Just in 4 years, that's how fast things change. Now I'm hearing, and I don't know if this is true, but I'm hearing that they care again about social media following. Like if you have a large Instagram account, they care. I don't know if that's true, and that's not what I last heard. But it's been a long time since I've been out there. So my point is, I'm relatively well versed in the way American TV was produced from that 10-year time period, 2009 to 2019, approximately. Like, I know a lot of what was going on, a lot of what motivated people, and a lot of the ways decisions were made, but I know absolutely zero about Japanese television, the way it's produced, where the pressure comes from. So really, I guess what I'm saying is I'm curious if anybody knows anything about the way Japanese television is produced. Does the network have notes? Do they say, we want this, we want that? How does the network feel about filler? I mean, these are things I can probably research. I don't know, how much you could trust various sources. But I just wonder if anybody watching this has any knowledge that they could, or articles they've read, or something they could point me to, a Reddit thread or something. I'm just curious. It's only tangentially related to One Piece, other than the fact that it's kind of interesting that these two shows came out almost the same time. Slider started in 95 and ran until 2000. Did this start in 95? This may have started in 95. Let me very gingerly Google real quick. 99. It started. Apparently, the first episode of the anime was October 20th, 1999. So there's a little bit of crossover there. They were being produced around the same time, and so I'm just curious about network interference. But this is turning into a long intro, so let's go ahead and get into it. This is what happens when I wake up mad. You know where we are? You know where we're starting. This is episode 154. 3, 2, 1. Previously. Oh, wait, this isn't previously. This is continuing the journey. They're going up the waterfall. That's right. Oh, shit. I spoke too soon. I was ready to be bored for the next 2 minutes until we caught up with reality. God's I was not expecting a religious element to this. It makes sense, though. If they're up high up in the air, they're going to be religious, right? Thinking they're all that. They're they're close to God. This is cool. Yeah. Good stuff. Thank you, Mr. Crustacean. I'm not sure exactly what kind of crustacean he is. Lobster, maybe? Yeah, he is a lobster. He is specifically a lobster. Finally. He's way up there, too, man. Hope you got trees producing new oxygen, because we ain't got much up here. Skypea. Finally. It was a galleon, huh? Good stuff. I like it. They got little stairs going up even further up, if you would want to. Now, are you happy, Luffy? Are you happy? You get some adventure? Yeah, you get to see new things. He can smell adventure. Of course he is. I mean, I already knew the answer to my question. The island itself, the surface of the island is clouds. That's fascinating. That I was not expecting. I thought it'd be dirt, but I don't think I have a good enough imagination to have come up with this. A lot of these stories, I feel like I could have come up with this properly and motivated, and, properly inspired. I would have. This dude, this author surpasses me in so many ways. I'm not even in the same playground as him. I'm 6 miles away in a different playground. Like that's just how incredible this author is. He just has that kind of mind. The amount of creativity and display is incredible. Yeah, I don't know if we need the anchor, but okay, might as well. Even Zoro's impressed. Yep. Yeah, let the bird go. He's like, fine, you got your little spot. He's out of here. Yeah, I noticed. Apparently the bird just attacked her. Yeah, yeah, you kidnapped that bird. Wow. Hmm. There's a lot of things to wonder, and that's one of them. Better take pictures. Oh shit, we don't have cameras yet. It'd be nice to be able to prove, right? Yeah. Look at them. They've all become little kids. They're just so excited. She don't care about adventure, I don't think. These two might actually develop something. I don't think there's romance on this show, thank God. But I can see these two because they're very similar. Like I think they're she's definitely older. She's the oldest person on the ship. Hey, they're infecting her with their sense of adventure. Look at that. So I was wrong. He's the only one. He's by himself. He don't care. It's all that stress. You've been scared and stressed out for hours. That's right. Make a cloud man. Good times. Hmm. Is that Zoro? Oh no, it's Sanji. Okay. I have trouble with the voices sometimes. They sound similar. Yeah, something's gonna be chasing you. Hey man, he's trying to sleep. Dumbass. Yeah, that's right. So if you have broken teeth, those teeth are broken forever, right? Yeah, you dick. Wow. His his random sadism, man, is just yeah. Will you pick a woman and stick with it? Of course, they both have rejected you, so like really you shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, what a douche. So, that's pretty good. Somebody made this furniture. Somebody's got to be around here somewhere, right? So he's exploring too. Nobody watching the ship, huh? What the hell is that? It's a sky fox. Still trying to eat the nut, huh? I knew. Well, clearly there are people here. It's just I'm curious. It's taking them so long. What are you doing over there, dude? Behind the bushes. Let me guess. He's going to simp for this angel. That's like what you're doing with the editing here. What's up? Well, we know there's some judgmental people up here going to try to kill you, so just kind of waiting for that other shoe to drop. Yep, simp. Yeah, whatever that means. I think they said belly button. The language is different, though, is what they seem to be implying. That's what I thought, right? Got wings, huh? It's my beach. Hey, when you go to the land of the fairies, when you go to the land of the fairies, you never accept any food or drink. So the bottom is soft, huh? It's like a coconut. Yeah, yeah. Put that disgusting tongue back in your mouth. Unbelievable. Yeah. Cloud Fox. Yeah, maybe you can tell us what's going on around here. Yeah, yeah. He's not. He shouldn't be our ambassador. That's for damn sure. I'd rather discover it for myself. See, Zoro's the only one with his eye on the prize here. I hear an engine. Yeah, okay. That is pretty cool. It's like a jet ski. Kind of like a jet ski. Dumbass. So he's incompetent, is what you're telling me. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, they've got technology up here. Interesting. That means I should be locked up and studied. White sea, huh? They seem nice, but I don't trust it. I've been hurt before. Yeah, you got some skyfish. His voice is too silky. I don't like it. Yeah, yeah. Hell yeah. And of course, Sanji just wants to learn about the cooking, right? She likes the technology. Look at her. It's called, well, we use blue sea human blood to fuel our machines. You dumbass. Yeah. Well, gee, couldn't have foreseen this outcome. I think the cloud water isn't something that's going to paralyze him, right? Like I said. That's what I'm thinking. Then again, yeah. So Chopper's the only one that cares, huh? So he is paralyzed by the cloud water. Okay. Yeah, you should be sorry. You're reckless. Yeah, these are all good reasons why you shouldn't have let him do it. Who's that back there? Somebody learned, I think. Yeah, Nami. Yeah, she's a genius. Doesn't take her very long to learn. That's why they're building up how hard it was to learn. Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Stay mad. Look at him. That's just petty. Yeah. Man, that's my property. No, you can't take it out there by yourself. Using up all my human blood gas. Yeah, no. Cloud quarry site. There's a lot going on here. Right. They got a whole industry here. This is fascinating. Right. So I guess they evolved up here somehow. Or no, you know what happened? The first ones came up with the exploding water. Right. And then they built this industry once they got up here and other ways to travel up and down. Gotcha. Look at Fox just chilling. Right. Right. That's why he couldn't float. Look at him getting all scientific again. I'm gonna have to go check that out again. I'm just curious what the explanation is. I don't think it's really plot relevant per se. You just know that that's where it comes from. It means it's kind of rare down there on Earth, right? I didn't know he was so petty and jealous. See, that's why he's a terrible captain. You can't be jealous of your crew, and also he's greedy, steals their food. What? You don't like their food? Dude, that's probably grease or something. Dumbass. That's my nuclear reactor fluid. Hey, man, maybe he does that for a reason. Holy crap, man. These are terrible guesses. Yeah, what's up? Is that her? Is it just a hairstyle or does she actually have antennae? This ought to be good. You're just mean. Douche. Hey, man, it's like a recorder. Yeah. He's a simple boy. Oh, okay. That's the basis of their technology, I bet. Yeah, of course they do. So not human blood. This makes more sense. Ish. Say, I see. So you got to blow into it. That's how you power it up, huh? Yeah. Or you wave it around and air goes into it. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, he's still bitter, man. You can't be jealous of your crew members. People are gonna be better than you at stuff, man. I don't remember them coming across a waiver. Is that new? Was that something that was in the manga that they never mentioned in the anime, or did I just forget? Was it when everything fell down? Maybe that's when that happened. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah. I want to know what your weapon dials are. That'd be the first thing I'd be interested in. Flame dials, all right. Excellent. Look at it. Right? Videos, huh? That means they have YouTube up here. It's the basis of their entire economy. Right. She's burning up their dial. This does mean that the dial would run out at some point. She better get back in. Wow, that looks good. Good stuff. He was more interested in the cooking process than he is the eating process. Thank you for smoking outside, you douche. Don't worry about her. What about the pirates up here? Because you know we got pirates, right? Uh oh. Ah, crap. So, it's pirates, isn't it? Nah, she's just exploring. Somebody here, some being probably with fruit powers, is pretending to be God, and they're going to expose it. Oh crap! That's it, man. That was a fast episode. That went by really fast. There's a lot of new information here. I'm gonna go back and listen to that thing again. I just want to see what they were saying about the sea prism thing. So you have sea clouds and island clouds. A mineral called the sea prism stone exists in the blue sea. Why would he bring that up? When the Cornelius particles called whatever contained in that stone are carried into the sky due to the volcanoes and gain moisture, sea clouds and island clouds are formed depending on the density of the moisture. Really? So it's that particular particle. Okay, so what he's saying is basically this is the material equivalent of the devil fruit, this particle. And potentially even the devil fruit could even have this particle inside it as well. It could be the source of all magic on this planet. If this particle is inside a fruit, it basically started bonding with one particular kind of fruit that became the devil fruit. And would give you various different powers, maybe depending on how it bonded, right? So maybe that's where the devil fruit comes from. And then when this particle goes up in the air, it combines with clouds and forms these special kinds of magic clouds. So this particle could be the midichlorians of this world. I don't actually like. I don't use midichlorian as a pejorative most of the time. Well, I say that you shouldn't do the midichlorian thing, which means you shouldn't over-explain your magic. I find it hilarious that the prequel trilogy spends about 2.5 minutes of screen time over the entire three movies. Three movies, over 6 hours of screen time. They spend about 2 or 3 minutes talking about midichlorians, and this is all the fans are bitching about. You can't handle 2 to 3 minutes. They spent more time with droids and fart jokes and stuff. Like literally fart. There were more time spent on fart jokes in those three movies than there was talking about midichlorians. But that's all people bitch about is midichlorians. So I think it's all overblown. Like the fans are just crybabies. You know, they just want something to be mad about. You know, because they didn't like it. So then that's what they seize upon. And that's what they spend 20 years bitching about. Because here's the thing: it's not a problem if you just bring it up and then you move on, which is what they did. The problem is when you're talking about it constantly talking about it and trying to justify. Oh wait, the fans notice this plot hole. Well, let's explain that. And there's this plot hole. And there's this thing that doesn't add up. So let's explain that. And you just spend so much of your time, like 10, 15, 20% of your screen time explaining this crap. You don't need to. There are fantasy novels that do this. So like they just spend too much time explaining it instead of just having fun with it. I actually don't think the prequel trilogy did that. But I bring it up because when I say that, you know what I mean. Like it's shorthand to explain. It's shorthand to reference, like, you know, don't do that. This show, I don't think is doing that. I just, you know, especially because you got such a length of show and you can have so many episodes where they don't talk about this stuff at all, and then I'll bring it up. It just shows that the author thinks about this kind of stuff. I don't think they're overdoing it. And also, maybe they're going somewhere with all this. Like, because I've been noticing a lot of explaining within the past, 20, 30 episodes. And here's another example of that. Explaining the magic. So maybe they're trying to tie it all together. Maybe this has something to do with the One Piece. Maybe the One Piece is the source of all magic. The source of this particle. Because there has to be a reason why they keep returning to these explanations. Maybe it's necessary to, when we finally discover the One Piece, it's necessary to understand it all. Like, maybe the One Piece can turn all magic off in the entire world. Maybe magic is causing too many problems. So you can use the One Piece to turn it off. Or maybe you can turn it up. Have more magic. Like, I'm just throwing stuff out there. Like, I've said before, I think that the One Piece is either a place or a person. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a particle. It's the source of the particle, right? But yeah, the particles. My theory right now is a particle, when it bonds with a fruit, you get powers with humans or other, biological creatures. And when it bonds with non-biological stuff, you get other forms of magic, which they talk about here. Fascinating. Okay, so good stuff.